Until midnight on 6PR, Tony McManus.
In the tennis. Tell you what, as you look around your house, do you need support? It's not about cleaning, by the way. It's just general organisation. It's one of the ongoing challenges and battles for a lot of us. What do you leave? What do you throw out? What do you get rid of? Books have been written around this. Oprah has made $1 squillion doing TV shows out of this. When I saw this wonderful business, which is called Finer Details, Concierge and Organising Services, I thought we've really got to talk to one of the directors, and I'm happy to say that Sara Hall is one of the directors of Finer Details, Concierge and Organising Services. Sara, hello and welcome.
Hi, Tony. How are you?
Thank you for spending a bit of time with us on a Saturday night. And I must say at the outset, I'm probably a little envious because I just think it's a great idea that the world in which we live now, more and more people, because they're busy, because they're focusing on maybe other issues, sometimes need a lot of help, need a lot of support to enable them to do what they do infinitely better than maybe throwing clothes out, for example. That's
right. That's very, very true.
So tell us a little bit about the business, Sara.
So we do two things for our clients. Mm-hmm. One thing is, as you've mentioned, we help increase the flow in homes and offices by getting people decluttered and organised. And the other thing that we do is we look after their to-do list. So normally that's something that's at the back, lurking at people's minds while they're at work, trying to do stuff, get on with the day. And we just take care of it all for them.
Sara, let's talk about first up the decluttering, because there's probably people listening right now that surround themselves in clothes that they haven't worn for 3, 4, 5 years. There'd be crap on shelves. There'd be stuff lying around that they occasionally glance at, probably have forgotten maybe sometimes the origin of a lot of that stuff, and it just builds up and builds up and builds up. And you look around and you think, what is all this stuff? And yet there's a reluctancy to throw it out quite often.
There's absolutely a reluctancy to throw it out because a lot of people, probably the most common sentence we hear is, it might come in handy one day.
Yeah. And what's the response to that?
Everything can come in handy one day, but if we keep hold of everything, A, we're never going to find what we need, and B, it's just unrealistic that we can manage it all and actually be able to get on with our day-to-day living if we've surrounded ourselves with so much stuff that we don't actually use.
Yeah, and I think I read, Sara, and it may have been from an Oprah program, where if you're surrounded by all this clutter, it's very difficult for other new, clean, fresh stuff, if you like, or ideas to come into your world.
That's so true. And we've had clients come to us and say that every time we come, new opportunities emerge. So we have one client who said, I always get the best contracts after you come and help clear the space. It really is true.
So that would be in a work environment, obviously.
Well, we help them at home and we've helped them at work, but normally we're helping them at home, but because it kind of clears the energy, if you believe in all that, it really does. It clears the space for new opportunities.
But you get that, I think, or you don't. And I've had conversations with members of my family about it where there's almost a blatant refusal / ambivalence, and it's given no priority or importance to do anything about it.
That's right. And it's not until the person's ready to move forward that we can actually help them, unfortunately. They have to come to that realisation themselves.
And yet, if you have a conversation with a lot of people that find themselves in that situation and you peel it all back, they actually intellectually know that is the case, that they're going to be better off, but they still refuse or can't or don't move away from that position.
There's a lot of attachment and there's a lot of other things going on usually when people holding on to too much, and the best thing then is to actually see a counsellor or somebody to help them move forward.
So it's almost as if it is it's a psychological disadvantage?
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing. What about when you go into an office? What do you hear? What do you see? What turnarounds do you notice?
Normally it's paperwork and things getting forgotten, appointments getting missed. So once we've worked with the client, it just makes life a lot easier because we put in systems and processes that help them manage all of that.
Is it beyond many to have their own to-do list and work through it? Where's the roadblocks there?
Sorry, say that again?
Well, where are the roadblocks? If I've got my own to-do list,
yeah,
and for whatever reason I'm not accomplishing it, what do you bring to the table that allows me to move through my to-do list of projects more efficiently?
Well, as personal concierge, we look after all the legwork for our clients. So if you give me an example of what you might have on your to-do list.
Oh, well, hang on, I'll have to get my phone. And I probably can't pick it up quickly enough because it comes up on my phone as a to-do list. But it might be pay some bills, for example.
Pay some bills. We have gone onto our clients' accounts and actually paid them for them. We've done that remotely. A lot of the time, one of the biggest challenges our clients have is finding tradespeople, finding somebody who's actually going to turn up on the day, who's reliable, professional, isn't going to say, I'll come between 9 and 12.
Yeah.
So that's one of probably our biggest services. We've got an amazing database, so we can book, greet, supervise and make sure everything's done properly and do all of those follow-ups. So that's quite a popular task that we look after, and that gives them the headspace to be able to just get on with their daily life and more free time as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing, more free time. As I said at the outset, I think to actually focus on the things that you do better for yourself. I could spend an enormous amount of money. I could spend an enormous amount of time, say, cutting lawns. It just doesn't appeal to me. Where there's a guy that comes in every 3 weeks, shoots around the lawn, gets it all done, makes it look fantastic, and everybody wins.
That's it. We keep adding more and more stuff into our days, and we can't take that much out, and so we get overwhelmed and we can't increase the day, but we can outsource.
Yeah, but then
get someone else to do all of it.
But then, Sarah, I feel guilty because I'm thinking, well, my father would not have paid anybody to cut the lawns.
But does he have the same stresses and the same issues as we have today? I mean, we're never offline. We've all got phones, iPads, everything, so we're kind of on the clock all the time. It's a little bit different to how it used to be. Yeah,
maybe I can't answer that, but but there's still that might be Catholic guilt of somebody having to come in and mow the lawns, or for that matter, chuck out stuff, throw out stuff out of the house. I don't know. Where does it live? Why does it affect some and not others? That's the psychological question, I guess.
Yeah, that's the psychological question, absolutely.
We'd have to ask Dr. Phil. Final question, Sarah, for when we contact finer details, concierge and organising services, fee-based, hourly-based?
Yes, we sell our time in packages. So people usually either buy 6, 12 or 30 hours. And then we come in and either work with them or we work on our own to get things done for them.
Have a look at the website. Finer Details is where you find it, and you're working locally. Sarah, great to talk. Wish you well. Thank you for spending some time with us.